Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Star and today we are going to be continuing our Couponing 101 series. Thank you to everybody who tuned into the very first video in this series where I covered all of the basics, all of the fundamentals, everything that you need to get started in the game of couponing. If you are a couponing newbie and you have not checked out that video, I am going to put a link to it in the description box below. Today, we're going to continue the couponing conversation. I am going to be sharing 5 tips from a couponing veteran's perspective that I think are priceless when it comes to getting started in couponing, that I wish somebody had told me before I got started couponing, that I just really think are good things to know and understand. So without further ado, let's get into my 5 tips. So tip number 1 is to know your why. What does that mean? You need to know exactly why you want to start couponing. When I talk to people and I ask them why they want to start couponing or why they're interested in couponing, they usually are going to respond with 1 or 2 answers. Either they want to get things for free or they want to save money. And that's all fine and well. That's going to be most people's answers. But I need you to get a little bit more specific than that when you start this journey. I need you to know exactly how much money do you need to save? Where do you need to save money? I need you to analyze your spending and figure out what products you need to stockpile for your family. What are you spending too much money on? So if you need to save $50 a week on your grocery bill, I need you to know that, define that, write that down on a sheet of paper somewhere. If you need to stop spending so much on personal care items or household goods because you're spending way too much money, figure out how much money you're spending currently so that you can actually measure out the savings as you start your couponing journey. If you don't understand those things ahead of time, you're just going to be moving kind of aimlessly and you might not stick with it when the road gets tough, because couponing can be pretty tough sometimes, especially initially when you really don't understand it as well. But if you have a very specific goal in mind, whether it be to save money or make money or to get certain items for free, it will keep you on track, it will keep you committed, and it will also determine how and why you coupon and the way that you coupon. So things like how many coupons you buy, how much you need to be in the store, all of that is determined by your reason for couponing in the first place. So before you start anything, let's define very specifically on a sheet of paper why you need to start couponing. After you determine your why, you need to set a budget, which is really going to be determined in part by your why. And I know that may be counterintuitive for a lot of people to understand. They're going to be like, why do I have to set a budget? I'm going to be saving money, right? Yeah, you are. However, it's your money. You're going to be spending money as well. And coupons are not free. Couponing is not free. Everything is not free. You will get some free items, but everything is not free by any stretch or means. So you need to define a budget. I follow the Dave Ramsey cash envelope method, and I use a cash envelope for my couponing. For me, that really helps keep me on track. When that cash is spent, it is over for me. I have a separate couponing budget from my grocery budget because that's what works best for me. We have a set amount of money for groceries, and I do coupon on groceries as well. But to me, those are 2 separate categories because I also buy coupons out of that couponing budget. I buy all of our household goods out of that couponing budget and all of our personal care things out of that couponing budget. And the amount that I put into that budget really is determined by my couponing cycle at that time. So if I'm in a period where I am really like trying to stockpile or build up my stockpile, it'll be a little bit more than if I'm in a period where I'm kind of in a rest state where I'm only just buying certain things as I need them. So if you guys are more curious about how to set up a coupon budget, I can make a whole video about that. Just let me know. But that is definitely tip number 2. Set a budget, because if you don't set a budget and you're not very specific with the type of items that you should be shopping for, you're going to find yourself running after everything. When you start really watching deals as they come, everything's going to be a great deal, a free deal, a moneymaker deal. But if you set out to say, I need to save on personal care items, you will find yourself, if you're not careful at the store, buying dog food and you don't have a dog because it's free or a moneymaker. But you understand over time as you coupon more and more, if you don't need an item or you don't have a purpose for an item, even if it's free or a moneymaker, you need to leave it in the store, because you're always going to be spending your time, your gas, your resources to acquire that item and to store that item. And if you don't need it, it's actually costing you money. So that's why it's important to know your why, know your budget, figure that out before you figure out anything else. My third tip is on how to get coupons, where to get coupons from, and how many you should be buying. You guys had a lot of questions about this third tip. So as far as where you should be getting your coupons from, if you are a couponing newbie, in my opinion, you need to be getting the majority of your coupons from the Sunday paper. A lot of retailers sell the Sunday paper. Walmart, CVS, the Dollar Tree in some locations sells the Sunday paper. The corner stores, convenience stores, gas stations, all of those places sell Sunday papers. You need to figure out which retailers sell Sunday papers in your area, which ones have the best prices, because like if you have a Dollar Tree that sells Sundays papers, you're going to be coming out better buying them there than you would if you were to go to Walmart, for instance. So try to research that, figure all of that out, stop by different locations on Sunday and see what the pricing looks like. So first off, so buy them from the Sunday paper, and then how many you should be buying. To me, that should be determined by the number of people in your family. So if you have 2 people in your family that you're couponing for instance, you need to be getting 2 papers and 2 sets of coupons. If you have 4, then you need 4 sets of coupons or 4 papers. And I determined that number because if you have enough coupons for everybody in your family, like if you're doing certain deals, you'll be able to buy enough for everybody in your family. So if you were buying toothbrushes, you got 4 toothbrush coupons, you got 4 people in your family, you can cover everybody. That amount of coupons also won't overwhelm you, and you also won't spend too much, which is really important. If you buy 10, 20, 30, 40 inserts from someone, whether it be an insert seller early on, and you don't even know what to do with the coupons, they're going to overwhelm you. Organizing them and clipping them is going to be a mess. And then you don't even know how to navigate yet in the store with that many coupons. So start out small. And for some people, just stay small, because if that's all you need, once you determine your why, that's going to be a good spot for you. So I would say buy your coupons from the Sunday paper, buy 1 for each person in your family. Now there will be some deals where you want to buy more than, 4 or 2 or however many people are in your family. In that case, order from a coupon clipping service. So there are great coupon clipping services where you can order batches of coupons in specific amounts. You can spend $2 or $3. Those coupons will come pre-clipped to your home, and therefore you haven't spent a ton of money on inserts. So I'm going to put some of the coupon clipping services that I use personally, that I have used in the past, so I can actually vouch for them in the description box. So check that out if you do want access to some great coupon clipping services. My fourth tip is to utilize social media. I didn't really talk a lot about this in my couponing 101 video, but I feel like this is very, very fundamental. When you start couponing a lot, you will learn that deals come quick. And oftentimes, some of the best deals are not the ones that you're going to find in your sales flyers. They may be glitches or clearance prices that someone has discovered in the store, and they will post them on social media. So they will post them in Facebook groups, on Instagram, here on YouTube. So it's very important to be following the right people who post all the time, who really stay on top of these deals. And I know you may be saying, how do I know who those people are? I'm going to make that easy for you, and I'm actually going to put some of those people in the description box. So please check there. But it's very, very important to be following people and checking your social media to see as they post, because sometimes you do need to run to the store, because if somebody has, something that you really need to stock up on for a very, very low price, getting there quickly may be of the utmost importance. And social media is going to be the fastest way to stay on top of that. So that's really, really a major key. My very last and final tip is to be patient with yourself. Not only be patient with yourself, be patient with the stores, be patient, period, when it comes to couponing. Couponing is a long run game. A lot of people think they're gonna get in it, they're gonna save a whole bunch of money, they're gonna have a stockpile in a couple months. It does not work that way. It really took me a solid 6 months before I would really say that I was just solid and comfortable in my couponing skills, before I could really call myself an extreme couponer, before I felt very comfortable navigating in the store. So be patient with yourself. When you have a bad experience, whether it be with the cashier or a store manager, move on to the next store. Don't allow yourself to be upset. Be patient with the process. It will get easier over time as you learn what you're doing, but it's not a process that you're gonna master in the matter of a week. I know so many people who I've met over the years who are like, I tried to do it, I didn't save any money, I didn't get it, whatever, but it's really because they just didn't take long enough to get the hang of it. So, ask me any questions that you have about the process so far, but be patient with yourself and understand that stockpiles are not built in a day. But if you follow the tips and you get started on the road, if you stay committed to it, eventually it will start to click and it will get easier. So that's all. That's all I wanted to share for today. If you guys have any questions or anything that I haven't talked about so far in this series, please leave those comments below so I know what you guys want to know about in this series. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content. I thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.